The organ echoes loudly in the chapel. It's the start of the new day. Yesterday was dedicated to my self-introduction. Sister Lily usually runs the morning assembly at St. Aria Academy.
皆さん、おはようございます。11月30日の朝礼を始めます。
Huh. Where's Kyrie? Ah, shit. Kyrie's waiting for us at her dorm, you know. Kyrie's just waiting for us in the dorm, right? You know how she is. She's trying to recreate the Titanic scene, right? Paint me like one of your French girls and shit.
いつものことなの。
From what I could tell under the whispered breath, Kyrie usually skips the morning assembly. That she'd shown up yesterday. That she'd shown up yesterday on my first day of school was highly peculiar.
本日のお話は創世記第3章2節より。
Oh God. See, thankfully, we didn't have to do this every morning. All right, we didn't have to listen to someone like a priest or someone read out a fucking Bible verse, at least.
女は蛇に言った。私たちは園の木の実を食べることは許されていますが、園の中央にある木の実だけは触れるな。死んでしまうからと神に言われました。
Did you memorize verses? Thankfully not.
すると、蛇は女に言った。あなた方が死ぬことはないでしょう。その実を食べると、あなた方の目が開け、神のように善悪を知るものとなることを、神は知っておられるのです。
I mean, to be fair though, Christian law goes insane, alright?
女がその木を見ると、それはとても美しく、美味しそうであったため、その実を取って食べ、また共にいた夫にも分け与えたので、男も食べた。すると二人の目は開け、自分たちが裸であると分かったので、イチジクの葉をつづり合わせて腰に巻いた。以上です。
Hang on, I need to read that again. When she saw the food was good to eat and pleasing to the eyes, she took some for herself and for her husband, who both partook in the fruit. Then their eyes were opened and they realized they were naked. So they draped themselves in fig leaves to cover themselves. Okay, here's the thing, right? This is Adam and Eve, right? They were created by God, blah blah blah. They were created both naked. Clothes didn't exist. The concept of being naked doesn't exist. Right? What would have happened if if only one person ate the fruit? I don't know. Women wouldn't have existed if Eve ate the fruit. Lily had read a passage from Genesis. Yeah, I figured. The story is famous even to someone like me, with limited biblical knowledge.
ここで言う園とは、原初の楽園であるエデンの園。そして男と女は、最初の人類であるアダムとエヴァのことですね。人類ははじめ、裸のままでも恥ずかしがらず生活をしていたのに、知恵の実を食べたことで、布をまとうようになったというお話です。
Even though that doesn't make any sense, because shame doesn't exist. Nakedness doesn't exist, right? By partaking of the forbidden fruit, they bring God's wrath down upon them, who forces them to live a life of suffering and hardship. Like, the reason clothes became a thing, right, is because far back when humans were first a thing, right, we evolved, we started losing our hair, right, we needed to improvise during like colder seasons. So of course we had to wrap ourselves up and in warm things, right? And then they eventually became clothes, right? And then over time it became weird to not have clothes on, and then thus the concept of shame became a thing. Right?
禁断の果実、まるでパンドラの箱ですね。人間、開けてはならぬと言われるほど開けたくなるものです。
I'm butchering it a bit, right? But that's essentially what it was like. Also, speaking of religion, right? This is a world that has it is based off Christianity, right? But it has hints of Greek mythology as well. Even though Christianity is a monotheistic religion, right? There is God, there's one God, the only God. Even though, meanwhile, Greek mythology is polytheistic. And the only reason there is Greek mythology involved is because of the Renaissance. The story makes me think of the Aurora. According to Sister Lily, talk about the outside. Talk about what's outside the Aurora is forbidden. By forbidding something only makes that much more intriguing. But forbidding something, yes.
エヴァもパンドラも人に最悪をもたらすのはいつでも女性なのですね。なんて。
See, this is why we should ban all women. Everyone's listening with the rapt attention to Sister Lily. If Carrier was here, she'd be joking around. Perhaps it's a good thing she isn't here. No, Shu, you're only saying that now because you haven't been forced to listen to hundreds upon hundreds of Bible verses, alright? See, when I said that, thankfully, when I was at school, I didn't have to listen to fucking Bible verses, that wasn't the same on fucking Saturday when I had to go to church every week and listen to 3 Bible verses. Most of the time, they were the same fucking Bible verses. And like, how dare you, Shu? You know what? Fair. But, like, you know, there's a reason Kyrie is probably... Okay, look, there's a reason Kyrie isn't there. It's probably because Sister Lily got fed up with her bullshit when they were reading verses, right? So Sister Lily's like, hey, Kyrie, why don't you just not show up, right? You can do whatever else. You can just, as long as you don't show up. I always have Kyrie in the back of my mind playing this VN. Of course you do. Following the sermon, we have time before class. I reverently dust off the gift I got yesterday. Mm-hmm.
おい、ユネ。何？
Speaking of Kyrie.
なんだあいつは。わかんない。けど、昨日からカメラ持ってて、すごく大事そうにしてる。
Well, you know, if he's gonna major in photography, I think it's best to take care of the, item that will allow you to major in it.
カメラでどうしてあんなに上機嫌になるんだ？そう。わからねえならいい。私が直接聞いてきてやる。おい、そこの！
Okay, that's a weird transition, right? I get other transitions, right? They're meant to be like small time skips and shit, right? That was like that would have been like 10 seconds apart. That you did not need to have a transition there. What is it, Kyrie? Keep your voice down. I'm cleaning the lens of my camera.
シュウ、お前はなんで急にカメラなんか。
What a dumb question. It's my way of getting inspired. Or something.
いいら。
I'll shoot something that'll rival your own work.
芸術。お前にとっての芸術は、そんなもんでいいのか？
I mean, you know, competition breeds creativity. Or something like that. What do you mean by that? You can't just run around making light of other people's values.
いや、そうは言ってもな。取っていいもんと悪いもんがあるだろ。
That's not true. I could take a photo of everything. The way it is, the way I see it. Your life, for example, shines forth through my viewfinder in glorious detail.
私の生活って。おい、お前どこを取るつもりだ。
Wherever inspiration strikes.
私が聞いちまったからには無駄だぞ。いくらシュウが隠れて撮影しようと。
I'm not taking any sneaky pics. Not yet. I mean, just normal ones. Yeah, just, you know, the normal panty picture, all right? You know, like, never mind. By how distraught Kyrie appears, I assume she's jealous of my camera. I don't know why. She's part of the film. She's part of the film club. She's got better cameras. She got film cameras, right? Calm down, Kyrie. I can still help you out, even if I become a photographer.
うるさい。お前みたいな盗撮魔はクビだ。
What, me, a voyeur? She thinks I'm running around and taking pervy photos? Yeah, that's later. I mean...
ちょっとやめなよ、キリエ。シュウは盗撮なんかしないって。
Not yet, at least. Yuna, overhearing our conversation, suddenly steps in. I wish she'd done so earlier.
堂々と撮るって言ってるんだもん。盗撮なんかじゃないから。
That's right.
ヌードカメラマンなんだよね。
I mean, if Kyrie wants... I mean, No. Absolutely not. Yet.
なんだ、ヌードカメラマンか。
Will you leave me alone if I say yes?
無断の撮影じゃなければ。あ、でも私はダメだぞ。絶対に認知しない。
I already told you. You've got it all wrong. There goes my free period. Always to try to clear up this nonsensical misunderstanding. You say free period like there isn't only 4 periods in a day. Anyway, Guido, that's his name. This camera is a gift from Guido.
なるほどな。写真か。
I explained the meaning behind my camera to everyone else. I tell them how, while it might not be my major, it's definitely a field that offers an enticing challenge.
普通の写真はどうなの？
Well, I just got it. So I haven't taken any photos yet.
んだよ、持ち腐れじゃねえか。試し撮りとかも？
I don't have a lot of film. I only have enough for 12 photos. So I have to use it wisely. Plus, I won't be able to see any of the 12 photos I take until after I finish the entire roll and develop them. It's night and day from digital cameras. There you can sort your photos right after taking them. That's why I'm waiting for the perfect moment. That instant when inspiration strikes.
バカっぽい表現だな。
I mean, he is correct, right? If he still had his phone, right, he'd be able to take as many pictures as he wanted. But, you know, it's dead. Imagine he uses up all the photos on his love interest and he ends up looking like a stalker. Look, alright, that's only gonna happen in the route. I didn't ask your opinion.
別にフィルムなんかカメラ屋行けばあるんじゃないのか？
あそこで扱っているのはほとんど二眼レフだから、この方のものは珍しいのかもしれないね。
Why does Guido have it then? Or had it? Knowing our cultures are so obviously different prompts a question to form in my mind. I'm sure they'll have no clue what I'm talking about. As the resident outsider, though, I decided to follow Guido's advice from earlier. You don't have point-and-shoot cameras here? He posts images on the wall and says, "This is beauty right here."
何それ？
Olive Kyrie? Well, he's not you, okay? As I thought.
カメ？
Did you... something or other camera?
また忘れちゃったんですか？
Yeah. I forgot the exact name. But I remember that they exist.
なんだ？また外にしかないものの話か？
ですが、興味深いです。聞かせてください。
Yeah, he's talking about DSLRs. Let's see. Recently, I seem to enjoy my seemingly fantastical recollections of journeys past my journeys past more often than not. While they remain skeptical at times, that such things actually exist. I never grow tired of seeing their reactions.
すごいね。撮ったそばから写真を確認できるなんて。
外は便利なものが多いんだな。
I remember most people actually primarily using their phones, but if I say that, I'll open a whole can of worms. The town's level of technology seems for the most part far inferior to what I'm used to, even though they still have electricity. Or rather, the town seems to exist in a dusty bygone era. Digital equipment is practically non-existent, and the furniture looks like it was taken from a museum. I wish I could tell them more about the world I come from. Unfortunately, my memories on how to work a point-and-click camera are pretty hazy. I vaguely remember something like this existed, but nothing else, similar to the memories of my phone in the very beginning. Which means there's not much else I can offer.
外のお話ですか？皆さん。
No.
リリー先生。
And here is the other reason why I can't offer up more detail.
シュウさんも町のことを皆さんに聞くのは結構ですが、あまりこの町にないものを公に話してはいけませんよ。
I know. I'm sorry. Anything outside the Aurora is forbidden. This basic understanding of, for better or worse, forms the foundation of our civilization. Partly based on religious beliefs, this clear talk of the outside world is actively discouraged. We get it, alright? This place parallels the Garden of Eden in the Bible. On my first day of school.
シュウさん、あなたがこの学院に入るにあたって一つだけ約束していただきたいことがあります。
Wouldn't you be forbidden then by that logic? Kinda, yeah. But what's that?
この町の文化はあなたにとってとてもキーに映るかもしれません。ただ、あまりそのことを公言しないでほしいのです。
I can't talk about how I feel at all?
もちろん私やユネさん、サクヤさんに物を尋ねるのは構いません。ですが、あまり外のことを関係のない生徒たちが聞き及んでしまうと混乱してしまうかもしれないので。
So no casual conversations on the outside world. Is that the gist of it?
ええ、生徒たちには勉強に集中してほしいので。ただ、外から来たということを周知させるのは構いませんが、そこはお任せします。シュウさん、あなたの存在は生徒たちにとっても非常に影響力が大きいです。そのことをお忘れなきよう。
I'm sorry. With that said, her words make perfect sense to me. It's not that far-fetched to consider talking about seemingly magical objects from another world might agitate some of the students. I need to be more aware of how my very existence alone can breed chaos. Even knowing the need for discretion, I can't help but get swept up in everyone's excitement.
やーい、叱られてやんの。
What is that? What sound do I make with that?
キリエさんもシュウさんのことを根掘り葉掘り聞いてはいけませんよ。プライバシーというものがありますから。
私じゃない。興味深いとか言ってたのはサクヤ。お部屋に戻ってお洋服を作らなくちゃ。
Man, Saki just threw Kiri under the bus.
私も。
Kota is just not going to say anything.
おい待てお前ら、ことねえもん。
Just as I'm about to make my escape.
やれやれ、困ったものです。
It's my fault for talking about the outside world.
シュウさんはつつましいですね。やんちゃになれとは言いませんが。
I don't fully understand why, but everyone in town seems to practically fall over each other in their desire to help me out.
リリー先生、今日はもうお休みなんですか？
いえ、私もシュウさんに用がありまして。
What's kind of business?
補習を受けませんか？
Oh. Remedial. The dreaded special ed. The thought alone makes me cringe.
やーい、補習落ちこぼれ。
You ever shut up?
違う文化に行ったんだし仕方ないよ。
ああ、ちょうどいいですし、キリエさんもいらしてください。
Nah.
何の補習なんですか？
美術回廊を案内しようと思いまして。
Oh, that's what you meant. That's what you mean. The gallery, according to Yune, it houses an impressive art collection.
それなら私も行きます。この前週に連れてくって言ったし。
それは心強いですね。ではお願いできますか？
待ってくれよ先生。なら私は行かなくてもいいんじゃね？
キリエさんは作品の覚えが良くないので。
If looks could kill.
くそ、こうなったらせめて。
美術回廊は一般の方も利用するので、入り口は学者から少し離れた位置にあります。
Okay, here's the thing. The art gallery might be a bit scary, alright? If they show the nude paintings, right?
ざっと5分以上は歩くかも。
That seems pretty far to me.
美術回廊は私らのいる校舎の下全部に広がってるからな。
They will. Without a doubt. Yeah, but this is the all ages version, right? They already have. Well, you know. Really? It's all. It's all on the ground.
聖アレイヤ学院の敷地全域の地下にあるのが美術回廊です。
Ah, shit. I fat fingered.
聖アレイヤ学院の敷地全域の地下にあるのが美術回廊です。
Oh, okay. So I perfectly fat fingered it. So that I didn't miss anything, but yeah. I can't believe there's an entire art gallery buried in. Art gallery. An entire art gallery buried the corridor. Under the corridor we're walking through right now. And the exact size as the school, no less. It's clearly a big deal.
あれ？キリエ、今手元で何かした？
I have a question for you. What is it?
何にもしてないぜ。
How did you learn the Japanese you know? School. Come on, Sister Lily will leave us behind. YouTube
着きま
videos.
した。この階段を降りれば入れます。
Yeah, basically. After all that build-up, I can't wait to see. As I'm about to step forward, Sister Lily suddenly stops me.
シュウさん、このマークが見えますか？
No, no photographs. The sign. Oh, yeah. Told you. Man, I called it. I spot a sign featuring an illustration of a camera with a red line through it.
これの意味はわかるでしょうか？
I can't read. All cameras are prohibited, right?
はい。回廊内は撮影禁止なんです。それに強いフラッシュも。
This is pretty standard for art galleries.
今日は私が付き添うので、カバンの中に入れておいていただければ大丈夫です。
I nod while putting my camera away.
それじゃ行こ
Okay.
う。やれやれしゃあねえ。付き合ってやるか。
With the two girls who occupy opposite ends of the kindness scale, we descend into the art gallery. Okay. Interesting. Oh, I am nervous. IDK, where to start? I want to be able to read visual novels. Japanese visual novels. I know I should start with hiragana. Start with hiragana and katakana. And then move into sentence structures. Right? Okay, because here's the thing, right? Words you can pick up on over time, right? memorizing them is the hard thing, right? Remembering what words mean what is the hard thing. But that's what anime is for, right? Because here's the thing, you can learn a lot from anime, visual novels, yeah, Japanese TV, right? How to start studying hiragana. I mean, look, YouTube is the best resource for you, all right? I'm not a good resource because I'm not proficient enough in Japanese to read Japanese visual novels. I just know Japanese. I can't help but gasp in surprise. The chilly room, painted in monotonous shades of grey, seemed to sprawl on forever in every direction. The eerie silence only adding to my odd discomfort. This is impressive.
ここが町の中心、美術回廊です。ギャラリーとも呼ばれますね。この町に住む人々は皆、ここで様々な作品を知り、学びます。
The first piece we came across is a plaster bust. Just ahead of us is a cubicle lined with several paintings displayed in an order I can't make out. It's like a real art gallery, well, on a far grander scale. From the entrance, the hall that stretches out before us seems endless. It makes sense, the gallery is located on school grounds, but the layout makes it feel like a giant maze.
全部を紹介しているとキリがないので、めぼしいところを回りましょう。時にシュウさんは好きなアーティストや作風、時代はありますか?
Yeah, do you know of this small artist called Dan Vinci? I don't know, maybe you've heard of him before. Well, or do you know Van Gogh? Where is it going? I don't know. I need to stop. What do I say? Not really. I know Picasso, Van Gogh. Van Gogh, and that's about it.
興味のある作品でも大丈夫ですよ。何か好きな絵画ですとか。
How about, you know, Banksy? What about a little well-known Michelangelo? I need to stop. I'm gonna run out of names. Her words somehow trigger an odd mental image. I feel like something should have been there.
シュウ、大丈夫?
Just chatting. I found that yesterday. Hang on. Right. No, nothing popped up. I don't think in the VN. Okay. I'm fine. What just happened? The music cut out. The image that popped into my head. Is it a real painting? Cross's Lost Paradise. Yo! He mentioned it! Any piece that sparks your interest. I find myself speaking those words in response to her question.
クローザの失楽園ですか。
それが絵の名前？作者は誰なの?
I can't remember who painted it, or even what it looks like.
なんだよそりゃ。
She has every right to sound put out. People don't usually talk about things they know nothing about.
シュウ
Well-
が描いた絵なんじゃねえの？
I don't know, Shu. You've ever heard of the Dunning-Kruger effect? I have no memory of painting anything.
残念ながらここにそのタイトルの絵はありませんね。お力になれずすみません。
I'm not surprised there isn't. Oh, really? Considering how Christian this place is? What the hell just happened? Just a little question prompted my brain to force my mouth to utter that unfamiliar name. Perhaps it's a piece that only exists on the outside. I probably shouldn't have brought it up at all. Without knowing what type of art it is, who painted it, or even when it was painted, it's meaningless.
他に何かご興味のある作品はありませんか？思い出したものからでも結構ですよ。
Yeah, I'd like to see the birth of Venus, please. Not really, but I don't really know many paintings. The only artists I can remember are Picasso and Van Gogh.
ピカソ？
Picasso! Nah. Why am I not surprised?
ピカソって絵のジャンル？
Huh? He's a painter, a famous one.
聞いたことないかも。
Seriously? How's that possible? Across his Lost Paradise seems obscure enough that it makes no sense. No one might have heard it. Makes no sense no one might have heard of it. Wait, what? Hang on. It makes sense no one might have heard of it. There you go. I know. Never mind. But Picasso's art is common knowledge. Man, I'm tired. It's a name everyone is familiar with, like Thomas Edison and Napoleon.
申し訳ありませんが、そのピカソという方の作品もここにございません。ゴッホでしたら奥の方にありますが。
Okay, actually, this might set a timeline, right? I mean, a time setting, right? Okay, Picasso. Is... Hang on, I don't know why the first result was Picasso's Starry Night. Even though Van Gogh made Starry Night. But he was a painter around the 1900s. I can't find Cross's Lost Paradise online. Well, because here's the thing. It's... Well, okay, well... It's Paradise Lost, right? Oh, well, that's what the poem is. I don't remember what the painting is called. But... Yeah, it's Paradise Lost. That's why you can't find it. And Van Gogh was in around the 1800s, right? Yeah. So, I think... So, here's what I'm getting at. They don't know Picasso because they don't have anything set after the 1900s, right? But they have Van Gogh, which is later down the line of paintings, because Van Gogh became a famous... Well, okay, to be fair, he wasn't that famous of a painter during his time, but he was a painter during the late 1800s. So they have some Van Gogh. that no one here is familiar with Picasso is the most mind-boggling shock of all. Especially since the commonalities between our cultures seem rooted in the arts, knowing their familiarity with Monet and the David. The David.
レオナルドとかミケランジェロはわかる？
Yeah, I said them. I literally said their names. Dan Vinci, right? I know him. And Michelangelo sculpted the statue of David. Yeah, I know the Ninja Turtles. The extent of my knowledge is limited to the most famous artists. Yeah, I know Raphael, Donatello.
ではそのあたりルネサンス期の作品群でも見に行きましょうか。
The Renaissance. Oh. Oh shit, I forgot what this one was called. Hearing the word Renaissance triggers another memory. And flashing lights. Thankfully, it wasn't long enough to trigger a seizure warning. This time, I remember the paintings. The painting vividly. The name of which is... The Garden of Earthly Delights. That's what it's called. If it's here, it'll be displayed among the Renaissance pieces.
快楽の園ですか。北方ルネサンスの作品ですね。
I find myself saying the painting's name without knowing why.
なるほどな。ゴッホだ。違うよ。
Yeah, no, that's not Van Gogh.
あれだろほら。モネ。違う。
Actually, hang on. I also kind of forgot who painted. Hang on. Yeah, the Garden of Earthly Delights was Bosch. Yeah.
じゃあルノワール。
It was also not Renoir.
ボスです。イエ
Hey,
ロニムス・ボス。
his first name is crazy though. Fucking Hieronymus. I can't even pronounce it. Hieronymus Bosch. What the fuck is that name, bro? It seems Curier's art history knowledge is on par with mine.
美術回廊は時代ごとにコーナーが分かれてるから、ルネサンス期の作品なら真ん中くらいにあるよ。
See, Curier's just like me, right? We know the names of famous paintings and painters. We just can't link the two. Got it.
ではルネサンスまでの作品を軽く鑑賞していきましょうか。
Let's hope we don't let's hope we don't look at the birth of Venus. As we walk down the corridor in silence, Kyrie leans in and whispers to me.
おい、どうしてあんな通っぽい作品知ってんだ？
Clearly he is not. I don't know. It just came to me. Honestly speaking, even I'm pretty baffled. I can't remember the painting and the artist, but I can remember the painting and the artist, but nothing related to the work of art itself, and seemingly no emotional attachment either. Or I simply forgot what it means to me. Perhaps seeing the painting will trigger something. I'm lost in thought when Sister Lily suddenly stops.
シュウさん、こちらをご覧いただけますか？
Okay, let's hope. Isn't Hieronymus? I don't know how to pronounce it either. Like an evil name? I think you're thinking of Nefarious or something like that. Okay. Ah, Jesus. I mean, Jesus. I turned to see a painting filled with a multitude of different people. And static. That's also what I'm hearing. Understandably enough, I have no idea what the painting is trying to say. Whether it's because I simply lack a basic understanding of painting as an art form or due in part to my amnesia is uncertain. Although I guess it's more than likely the former.
シュウさん、
Yes?
この絵がどんな場面かわかりますか？
No. Yeah, I think so. No, I don't.
なるほど。
She then points to a part of the painting.
中央右手にいる男性が見えますね。膝をついている白髪でひげを蓄えた老人です。
Yes?
この方が誰だかはわかりますか？
I forgot. Okay? Sue me because I'm not Christian enough, Sister Lily. Fuck you. Don't put me on the spot like that. How should I? I don't. And for the same reason as before, without understanding the meaning, I have no hope of knowing what or who is being depicted. I'm more surprised the old man even has a name to begin with.
ちなみに、こちらの男性が受け取っているものは鍵です。ではさらに一つ。鍵を渡している男性はイエスです。
Jesus. I still don't understand. Isn't the only response I can think of? It's the only response I can think of. I'm completely at a loss here.
キリエさんはわかりますか？
知らね。
Of course. It's an honest answer, although it holds a hint of snidiness.
ユネさんはわかりますか？
イエス様が鍵を渡している男性ですよね。
Look, I get that Japanese people use the last names, alright? But Jesus is dead, alright? You just use Jesus. Christ? Hang on. Jesus Christ. I don't know how they would pronounce it in Japanese. I honestly took it for granted most people could decipher works of art just like Kyrie and I.
聖ペテロだと思います。
It's Peter. That's the name. I kept thinking of John, but John is different. She arrives at the answer fairly easily.
正解です。さすがですね。
やった。
Wasn't there a very old painting that was scarily realistic? I can't remember the name. Huh? How do you know that? Yeah, I don't know the painting you're thinking of either.
気にすんなシュウ。次に行こうぜ。
It's too late. I want to know. She answered like it was common knowledge.
ユネさんはこの絵にあるアイテムから意味を汲み取ったのですよ。
Key items.
そうです。この場合で言うと、鍵。
Keys. The object being handed over to the man on the right in the center of the painting. The old man seems grateful enough.
これはマタイによる福音書のとある一節を描いた絵なのです。イエスが使徒ペテロに天の国の鍵を渡す場面ですね。そのエピソードを知っていれば、この絵から登場人物が誰かを推測できます。
Oh.
全然分かってなさそうだな。
He is clueless. She sounds more like a teacher in this moment than she does during our morning assemblies or even in class. I guess she's used to teaching others.
この絵というよりも、鍵を渡しているということさえ分かれば、聖ペテロだと断定できるのがポイントですね。
Yeah, she's used to teaching others the word of the Lord. The key's a key.
はい。なぜならその一節のおかげで、鍵というアイテムは 聖ペテロのアトリビュートとして知られているからです。
Attribute. What color is your attribute? Oh my god, it all makes sense now. I repeat the word, although I have no idea what it means.
その人物を象徴する事物、絵画における一種のお約束。そうですね。例えばですが、一人の赤ん坊を頭に思い浮かべてください。
Okay. I follow her instructions.
そのままなら、おそらくただの赤ん坊のままですが、その赤ん坊が弓矢を持っていたとしたらどうでしょう。
You're thinking of... Okay. I understand what you're trying to do. You want to make Shu think of a baby, and now you're going to and now you're going to make him think of Cupid, even though he doesn't know the concept of Cupid, because he's, you know, amnesia. That's Cupid. See what I tell you? How does he know what Cupid is? What? Just a Lily beams at my answer.
その場合、弓矢はキューピッドのアトリビュートと言えるのです。
Yeah, but what is his color? What color is his attribute? Fucking... Oh, that makes sense. I'm finally able to understand thanks to her far more well-known example. The bow and arrow is to Cupid what the keys are to St. Peter. A commonly associated object.
もともとキューピッドはクピド、愛の神として絵画ではかかりやすい題材ですし、
Cupid is also depicted as Cupid also being an angel is depicted as only one of the 9 versions of an angel called a cherubim, which is the only one who would not make you go insane staring directly at the angel.
トレードマークなどと言えばわかりやすいでしょうか。
アトリビュートが覚えられると絵の意味が分かって面白くなるよ。
I see. This basic conversation of art seems like common knowledge among the students here. Yeah, in my world, only art historians would know something this specialized. You sure about that? I guess.
それに先ほど、シュウさんは撮影禁止のマークを見て、その意味がすぐにわかりましたね。
Oh, yeah.
あれも一種のアトリビュートなのですよ。そのマークから意味を察することができる。
Okay. Essentially, what attribute means in this case is a object that is associated with so-and-so, right? With something, right? A great example of this is VTuber mascots, right? When you think of when you see Bloop, right, you instantly think of Gura, right? Or when you see a ghost with a paper bag over its head, you think of Mume. Or when you see a purple like octopus, you think of Ina. Something like that. I'm only going for EN VTubers. But you get it's the same concept. It's easier for me to grasp the concept based on more familiar examples. When you see Furret from Pokemon, you think of me.
とはいえ、本来のアトリビュートが用いられているのは主に宗教画ですから、近代の作品にはほとんど登場しません。あ、宗教画というのはわかりますか？聖書の一節などをモチーフとした絵になります。
Like the painting with St. Peter, right? It makes sense. As I tread through unfamiliar waters, I come to understand a little more about the spirit of the town.
一応、絵画を見る上で、そのような概念があるということだけ、今日は覚えておいてもらえれば結構です。
Okay, got it, I think. If I'm going to be attending this academy, then I'll have to work hard to keep up.
眠いなあ。ライオンの絵がある。
I want to see this. Which painting is it? Should she really be acting like this in here?
着きましたね。ここから先が15世紀以降のルネサンス期に地中海で生まれた作品群です。
Oh, okay. Apparently the idea of the Mediterranean as a place still exists, even if the actual land doesn't.
シュウさん、あちらが
Oh boy. Oh. I look toward where Sister Lily is pointing. Only to come face to face with the painting I remembered earlier. There it is. This is...
ヒエロニムス・ボスの快楽の園。ルネサンス初期の油彩祭壇画です。
See, the interesting part about this is that because of how it is structured, right? It is not like your regular painting of like easel shit, right? It's like a cabinet kind of thing where it opens up, right? Like you see on the left and the right. Okay, well, to put it simply, the left represents essentially the Garden of Eden, right? The right essentially represents hell, and then the middle is like earth and shit, right? And if you close it, right, the left and the right, you get earth, essentially. Have you seen the Saturn devouring his son painting? It is horrifying. Oh, yeah. No, I do. It was the one thing, it was the painting that I was thinking of when you talked about an old painting that was scarily realistic. It's huge. That's my immediate impression. What I'm curious about is Sister Lily going to close it, right? To show Earth, right? It wasn't what I was, was I thinking what I was thinking? Yeah. It's divided into 3 panels.
はい。この絵画は祭壇画のパネルと同様
Lily, I already explained it, alright? You don't need to you don't need to correct me, okay? I don't want to be embarrassed like that. While still at painting, the scenes are not portrayed in traditional canvas, on traditional canvas. The piece is made of 3 oak panels, the 2 wings of which can be folded inward.
左にはアダムとエヴァの誕生を描いた楽園。片や右手には罪人たちが苦しむ。
Okay, shut up. Okay, I get it. Thank you for validating what I said and not shooting me down and proving that I'm an idiot. Okay, but I already said this.
そして中央には凶楽にふける人間とさまざまな動物が描かれた地上の楽園となっています。
Don't say erotic, alright? I get that everyone's naked. That doesn't mean you get to say you get to call it erotic bliss. Of course. I can't tell what's happening, but there's no ignoring the impressively dominating presence the piece holds. Each scene is depicted in striking detail despite the enormous size.
なんか不気味な感じ。
It's in the VN though. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
そうですね。ボスはその想像力で独特な地獄を描き出しています。ハープに体を貫かれたり、ベールをかぶった豚にキスされそうになっていたり、単なる悪魔や怪物というより、もっと特殊なモチーフが多いです。
こんな大きい絵描くの大変そう。
制作時期は定かではないですが、この祭壇画には全部で600人ほどの人間が描かれているようです。
Can't believe the piece I wanted to see is this impressive.
お前 か？
No. Not the slightest. Out of all the art in all the world, why did this one spring to mind? I mean, to be fair though, it is the first of its kind, right? No, man, they didn't show the back of
で
it.
もなんかこれどっかで見たことあんな。
Surely they show the other side of it, right? Just like me.
ちげえよ。お前の知ったかぶりと一緒にすんな。
The scary painting I was thinking of is in the VN, I'm pretty sure. Okay.
よく気づきましたね、キリエさん。こちらの作品はチャペルにも同じものがあるのですよ。
シャペル？
I need to do it. I need to.
シャペル？
Why? What? I think back to the chapel where we held assembly this morning. I remember the panel hung behind the central altar.
あれはレプリカですが、基本的にはこちらと同じものです。
やっぱな。あたしほどになると分かっちゃうんだよな。
Good job
毎
recognizing.
日礼拝出てる子なら気づくと思うけど。
キリエさんは毎日出てませんからね。
Hey, she showed up the first day, all right?
なんか墓穴を掘ったな。
Good students don't skip school.
次だ。次の作品行こう先生。
No, you need to close up the painting. You need to show the backside of it, man.
大丈夫ですか、シュウさん。
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm fine. I was hoping one of the pieces might trigger something, but so far nothing. I still don't understand why I know this piece of art though. It's not even a relatively famous work of art, only deepening the mystery further. Just like the piece I remembered from the chapel, except I don't know that painting's name. Well, whatever.
そういえばシュウさんは今朝の礼拝で私が話したことを覚えていますか？
It's just a little jump scare. But let's see, about Adam and Eve, right?
はい。
The birth of the first two humans, Adam and Eve, in the Garden of Eden, and their subsequent expulsion after eating the forbidden fruit.
禁断の果実を人に勧めたのはヘビですが、最初にそれを食べたのは女性、つまりエヴァです。
Yeah, and this is why you don't trust women, because the first woman... Never mind.
ギリシャ神話のパンドラしかり、破滅に手を伸ばすのは女性だという話もしました。
I suddenly realize I'm the only guy in a group of women.
その上でこちらをご覧ください。
He has become conscious of his own... I don't know what to say. Never mind. Don't show... Man! They fucking showed the nipples and shit. She says while pointing at a painting.
この作品は？
エヴァ・プリマ・パンドラ。意味はかつてパンドラであったエヴァです。
左手に蛇が巻きついてますね。
よくお気づきですね、ユネさん。
You
おっしゃ
said it
っ
was...
た通り、この蛇でエヴァということがわかります。
You said it was art, so it should be fine, right? I mean, yeah. But just in case, right, for the VOD, I will, and for the recording, I'll, you know, I'll put some censorship over the nipples. Attribute, right?
はい
Ah! What'd you say again? I couldn't hear you over the nipples. I mean,
はい
thanks. In this situation, Eve's attribute is the snake. I get it.
またここに壺が書かれているのがわかりますか？
The woman's left hand is draped lightly over a vase, almost caressing it.
この壺こそがパンドラの箱。箱とはいうものの、このような形状のものを指すのですね。
じゃあこれを開けたら世の中に不幸が飛び出して。
ええ、先ほど説明したように、この絵は最初の最悪を呼ぶエヴァとパンドラのイメージを重ね合わせているのです。
Eva Prima Pandora, or in other words, Pandora from Eve. This portrait, which to me merely depicts a nude woman, hides a much deeper meaning. Okay, well, first of all, it's landscape. Never mind. The attributes can be used to decipher it. Understanding the symbols used helps in figuring out who the people are. This so-called art convention is a concept I was completely unaware of until now. Okay.
外が見えないの
What the
で
fuck?
分かりづらいですが、そろそろいい時間ですね。補習はここまでにしましょう。
I think they fucked up a little somewhere along the lines. Also, speaking of paintings, one of the first paintings I saw was one time I went to Vietnam with my family, of course, and we booked a hotel because my dad was also coming along, so we couldn't stay at my grandma's house. And the painting on the wall of the hotel room I was in was just a fucking big ass picture of a naked woman, right? From head to bust, right? You could clearly see the nipples, right? And it wasn't like an artistic thing. It just looked like a picture. And I was like, damn, they really allowed this in the same room a fucking 8-year-old is in. So like, if that shit's allowed in this, then the painting of Venus, then the painting of Pandora should be fine, right? Okay, so Lily, you mind telling me why there's a big ass Kyrie head behind you? Triptychs and attributes. I managed to learn something despite my awful study habits.
ちゃんと覚えられた？キリエ。
ご褒美というわけではありませんが、補習を終えたシュウさんにはこちらを差し上げます。
How did they fuck this up? Fuck this badly? I don't remember this in the all ages version. You mean the 18 plus version? What's this? A wallet? There's something tucked away inside too.
少
Money!
ない額ですが、ないよりはマシかと。自由に使えるお金がないと不便でしょう。
I'm sorry, I can't possibly accept this.
すげえ、1万ルイはある。
いいんですよ。学生なんですから。
いらないなら私にくれよ。水落ち着くぞ。
So terrifying.
キリエさんだって毎月もらっているでしょ。
バレちった。
Sweet.
これで一緒にショッピングできるね。ユネはケチンボだからほとんど冷やかしだけだぞ。 見て回るのが楽しいんじゃん。
It is fun. I agree.
次のお小遣いは24日ですが、それまではなんとかそちらで。
I'm not sure what to say, but thank you. Give it all to Kyria. That should have been a choice. Damn. To not provide me with food and board. To not only provide me with food and board, but also a bit of spending money as well. The overabundance of kindness makes me feel guilty more than anything. But for now, I'll try to enjoy it.
それでは皆さん、また明日。
Following a warm bath and some dinner. Woo. The day finally comes to an end as I tumble into bed. The day was jam-packed with excitement. Every day brings something new. Being faced with unfamiliar customs and viewpoints is stimulating and fun, but also mind-numbingly exhausting. I'm sure tomorrow will be the same, so I should try to get plenty of rest. Hello, St. Chords. And of course, I have to try and remember the pieces I learned about today. Maybe inspiration will strike tomorrow. Good night. What a racket. I realize the sound is coming from directly overhead. It's way too late for this kind of noise. Just when I give up on ever getting to sleep, I hear a different sound coming from the patio. Don't tell me. What's that? That's... What's that? That's scary. Unlike the sounds earlier, the metallic clanging seems to be coming directly from my patio. A burglar? A break-in? There must be something in here I can use as a weapon. Not this. Not this either. It's something that'll give him a big surprise. Aha! This'll work. Okay, come and get it. he just fucking shoot just. Oh fuck! My mouth, my mic. What the fuck? Longinus Crusher. Longinus. Kyria crumbles to the ground with an unladylike death gurgle. Kyria eleison. May God have mercy on her soul. I thought you were trying to rob me. Under pressure, I'd thrown the steamed bun I brought back from dinner at her. Don't eat that. She does what she wants, as always. This is why Kyrie's best girl. More importantly, how did you get here? Do you not see the ladder behind you? Oh, then that noise just now was your fault too. You can specialize in that. She used the ladder to climb down to my patio. Look, at least it's better than fucking Nanami using a rope to climb down, okay? Where'd you even find that? There's no one anyone can miss it. There's no way anyone can miss it. Yeah, I know.
私らの部屋が面してる側は林だから。
What about my privacy? Should I shut the window? If I do, I'm sure she'll just bang repeatedly on it.
それにもう一つの方もバレてねえから。
What do you mean? Suddenly overcome by a feeling of dread, I glance up to see. There's one going up too?
私の上は琴姉の部屋なんだ。
Nah. What the heck? Starting from the 4th floor, she's managed to connect Kotaha's room to hers and then to mine.
これで門限過ぎても出入りが可能ってわけだ。
We're not allowed to move from floor to floor after 10 at night, but leave it to Kyrie to find a way around that. Are you here for a reason?
別にこれといった用はねえけど、困ってないかと思ってさ。
In trouble?
生活の違いとかまだいろいろあんだろ。
In other words, she was worried about the new kid fitting in. I'm not sure how much of it to believe, but she seems sincere at least. It's true, although you've helped me out quite a bit already. Everyone's so nice, I can't complain.
疑問に思ってることはいっぱいありそうだけどな。
She's surprisingly observant. They never seem to end, actually.
さすがに全部は答えらんねえから一つに絞れ。
One question. There's so many, it's hard to pick. It's probably best to give her a fairly easy one. Even then, going to explain the naked lady to Saint Quartz. So you know the painting of Pandora from Greek mythology, the one where she's laying down and she's got the snake around her arm. They I'm not going to show the painting again, because that just requires more censoring, and I don't want to do more work for the VOD. All right. But she's naked, right? And you know her nipples are exposed, but you know, like I've said before, it's fine. It should be fine, right? Because it isn't meant to be sexualized, right? That's the difference between being able to show Renaissance paintings with nude women in it and hentai. Are you taking this VOD off after you are done? Probably not. Off of Twitch. Because here's the thing, right? It's a category. So it should be fine. Right? If it wasn't a category, then I'd have some issues. But here's the thing, right? The category doesn't have a mature age rating, the game rating, right? Like the games and demos category that I used for Ars Magna. Do they test the game out before making them categories? I mean, surely, right? There's a reason Nekopara Volume 3, well, all of the Nekoparas had a mature age game rating, right? Everyone seems to have a comfortable life in the dorms, but where's everyone's families?
知らね。
Okay. Well, for more niche games, I guess, like this one. I mean... fuck, what was it name? Hoshizora no Memoria, right? The fan disc is a category, but the main game isn't. Right? Hoshizora, yeah. I wasn't expecting such a curt response. What is it you don't know? Where they live?
みんな物心ついた時から寮暮らしだしな。親がどこにいるのかなんて全然知らんし。
Well, that one is old. Yeah, but you can't deny the fact that it's because of the start of the main game. The fan disc released only just recently in English. Well, isn't that the same with the main game? So that's how it is. To not even know where your own parents are. I'd joke about it, but it seems like a sensitive subject. No? I see. Based on her actions and words, however, it's clear this goes beyond Kyrie. Sorry, I shouldn't have asked.
なんでシュウが謝るんだ？
Kyrie seems as laid back as and unconcerned as usual. The thought that the folks in this town don't view the separation of a child from their parents as a bad thing crosses my mind.
じゃあ次は私の番な。一つだけ聞かせてくれよ、シュウ。
I'm not really supposed to talk about the outside world, though.
気にすんな。どうせここには私らしかいね。
Yeah, that's also a problem. Well, I guess you're right. We're the only ones here. Meaning there's no way what I say will become campus gossip, I hope. Besides, I have a feeling whatever comes out of my mouth will be ridiculous. Anyway.
単純な質問なんだ。シュウは黒サンタじゃないよな。
Who the fuck is Bad Santa? I am not from. He is not from that movie. Was Twitch a thing in 2017? Yes. Excuse me? Of course it was. Hang on, let me. Now I need to check. Hang on. Wait, what do you mean, wait? Yeah, it started in 2011. Of course it was a thing in 2017. In 2017, Twitch remained the leading live streaming video service for video games in the US. I thought Twitch was just a recent, like, 2020. What? Bro. Forget living under a rock. You didn't live. How did you find this place? How did you find Twitch? Anyway, Bad Santa. Bad Santa? I wonder if I heard her correctly, but no, I did. She guesses my answer based on my reaction. My account was created in 2019. Bro, you're cooked. Royally.
わかんねえか。
You call him Bad Santa? She nods. Speaking of Santa, Yune mentioned him too.
もしかしたらシュウがサンタさんなのかもって。
Me? I don't know. I thought Yune was joking about around at the time, but Kyrie's steady gaze is uncharacteristically serious. Santa's the only one allowed to cross over the Aurora from the outside world, right?
なんだ、そこは知ってんのか。
Yune told me. She asked if I was Santa.
おお、そうそう。ちげえのか？
I'm not. Do I look like Santa?
本物のサンタなんて誰も見たことないからな。案外シュウみたいなのがリアルサンタなのかも。
Well, considering I still don't remember who I really am, there's a chance I came here on a sleigh.
別にサンタなら問題ねえけどな。プレゼントくれ。
I mean, I mean, he's gonna give you something. Whether you consider it a present or not is it depends on the route. What? What? No gifts for you. By the way, I've heard of Santa, but who is Bad Santa?
サンタ知ってんのに黒サンタ知らねえのか？州の常識はよくわかんねえな。
He's that well known. None of this makes sense to me. But I guess everyone knows him. Knows him around here. Or maybe I just forgot.
まあいいや。心配して損した。
Wait. I want to know. Who's this Bad Santa? She'd asked if I was Bad Santa, but I have no idea who Bad Santa even is. Especially considering she's never seen real Santa for herself.
黒サンタはお前、サンタと一緒についてくるやつだよ。
So they're together?
サンタはいい子にしてるとプレゼントをくれるだろ。
Sure.
黒サンタは悪い子をさらっちまうんだ。
Hang on a minute. This is a lot more deep than it's meant to be. Thanks VNDB for spoiling a fucking character. now this line doesn't seem as jovial as it's meant to be. How terrifying.
だからいい子にしてなくちゃダメですよって先生は言うわな。
What do you mean? Because of the fucking redhead chick on VNDB. You know, the one character I haven't met yet. I see. So Bad Santa's allowed to cross over the Aurora just like Santa.
まあな。だからシュウがサンタだったら嬉しいけど、黒サンタだったら困るだろ。
Kyrie, do you believe in Santa Claus? So far she is good as far as I know. I see. I asked her point blank. Oh no. Don't tell me I dashed her hopes. I watch her anxiously through the corner of my eye as she mulls it over.
サンタは信じてない。
Oh! We are the same age, so that makes sense. Children adore Santa and believe in him with all their hearts, but that tends to fade with age. A part of me isn't surprised by her answer, but
けど、黒サンタはいるかもしんない。
huh? But didn't you say the two of them always hang out together?
そうなんだけどよ。
Have you seen him?
ね
Then isn't he also an imaginary being like Santa? The answer seems obvious enough for me, but Kyria remains deadly serious, her gaze unwavering. Is it some kind of folklore?
一応な。
Clearly there's more to it.
黒サンタなんて信じてるのは子供か私かことねえくらいだ。
Still, to think she believes in someone like Bad Santa. Why though?
さらわれたやつを知ってるから。
It doesn't seem like she's joking. Me, Bad Santa's existence, like Santa himself, is a tad far-fetched, but her reaction makes it hard to tell if she's joking or not. Were they bad kids?
先生たちにはそう見られてた。けどいい人だった。
You can't be both.
先生たちの言う悪い子ってのは遅刻したり礼拝サボったりお祈りしなかったりしてるやつのことだ。
So, you then?
そうなんだよ。だからあの人がいなくなって私が平気な意味がわかんねえ。
Disappearing. You use the word so casually, like it's nothing.
あの人は確かに普通じゃなかったけど、それでもみんなに優しかったし好かれてたんだ。
What does bad Santa do with bad kids?
さあ、綺麗さっぱりいなくなるなんて言われてるな。
So, those kids you knew are just gone?
まあ、
I can tell it's a half-baked response. But considering how sensitive this clearly topic is, I decide not to pry any further.
シュウ、タブーってわかるか？
Yeah, I know what's taboo. Wait. You mean like talking about the outside? I remember Yune telling me anything related to the outside was taboo during one of our first conversations.
そうだ。知っちゃいけないことだ。
Everyone in town knows that talk about the outside is taboo.
ああ、リリー先生にも言われたろ。あんま外の話はするなって。
You did say that.
消えたあの人は私よりちゃんとしてたけど、外についてすげえ興味を持ってた。そのせいで不良扱いだよ。
A fascination for the outside world. Well, it seems like a harmless enough curiosity. Being the resident outsider means I know very well how folks around here feel about the outside.
だから黒サンタが来たんならきっとタブーを踏んだんだってことねえが言ってた。
Kotaha said that. It seems as if Kirie and Kotaha were friends with the kids who were taken.
タブーを踏んだ悪い子は黒サンタにさらわれて二度と戻ってこれない。
Hello, Meow. Had to awake with good wishes. So have a great stream while I go slave. Alright. This sounds very similar to the verse Sister Lily read this morning.
ああ、創世記の、そうだな。リンゴを食べたアダムとエバは楽園を追われるから。
And as punishment for the sin of eating the forbidden fruit, morality was forced upon them. Kyrie confirms what I'm saying is correct.
禁断の果実、パンドラの箱、そういうもんがこの町の外にあるのかもしれない。
No way, I never would have guessed that this was a parallel to the Garden of Eden. If anyone understands things best left alone, if anyone understands things best left alone, goes after forbidden temptation, then they're taken away by bad Santa. That seems to be the legend of this town. I understand that much at least. And yet, people disappearing one by one without a trace, that's not something that happens.
みんなそう思ってるから黒サンタなんて信じてない。
I see. No one except for Kyrie and Kotaha. I open to mouth about. I opened my mouth to ask about our friends when Kiria began wrapping things up.
だから外から来たっていう週なら手がかりくらい知ってるかなと思ったんだけど。
Just as I catch a glimpse of sadness in her eyes.
全然使えねえ。もう用なしだ。帰っちまえ。
This is my room. And she's back to normal. It's impossible for me to say if she meant what she said, or if she was just messing with me. I'm sorry I can't be of much help, but by your logic, shouldn't a mere existence be taboo? Shouldn't my mere existence be taboo?
ああ。だから週の近くにいれば黒サンタに会えるかもしんね。
Don't hold your breath. While her story treads the line of believability, I can't ignore how seriously you took everything she told me. Folks vanishing seemingly into thin air. It's pretty hard to swallow, and yet a local legend, huh? The air of mystery around this town only thickens. With that in mind, I kick Kyrie out and once again get ready for bed. Chapter 3. Chapter 1, Part 3. God fucking damn. Starry Night. We're still on Chapter 1. December 1st. Let's go. Saturday. Before I know it, December is here. And with that, I think I'm going to end it off there for today.